Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today's video is going to be a quick, hopefully it's a quick chit chat video. I just wanted to touch base on a topic that I was working with someone else. And I thought this was a great topic. I've touched on it here and there in previous videos, but I really want to just reiterate it in this video. Don't have any notes, don't have like my other phone propped up or like my tablet or laptop. So this is really going to be off the top of my head. I still have that cough from when I had COVID, so I'm not really feeling the best. Just like constantly coughing is really exhausting. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about this topic. So the topic that I want to talk about is in regards to the disadvantages, the long-term disadvantages of selling cheaper products or low quality products for the sake of a sale. Okay, let's talk about that for a little bit. If you are interested in this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into it. So if you all know, if you've been following this channel, you know that I talk a lot about sales, the fundamentals of sales. I don't like to, consider myself a salesman or a saleswoman. I like to consider myself solutions based. Like I'm someone that can find a solution to what you're looking for. And I'm an expert at what I do. So not saying that I know everything, not saying that there's some things that I've never gone wrong. All I'm saying is that I know a lot about the industry that I'm in, and I consider myself an expert. I have a lot of confidence in the knowledge that I have. And you should too. If you're someone that has been in the industry for a while, you've done your research, you've worked with lots of people or different types of people, and your knowledge has grown to an extent where you're, very comfortable, very knowledgeable. I hate to keep using the same word, but it's very imperative for you to have confidence behind what you're doing. Now, with that being said, I was working with someone and they were explaining to me how they were selling a certain product and the product is low quality. They don't feel great about it, but they are noticing that people are excited to purchase from them. They're noticing that people really like the type of products that they sell. But they know in their heart that it's not a good quality product. I did ask, hey, are you getting any returns, chargebacks? What types of things are happening currently? Excuse me. And they mentioned to me that like really nothing is really happening. Like, to be honest, is that better? They said something to this extent of, to be honest, people are purchasing and I'm not getting any returns at this point. I just am hearing from other people that they weren't satisfied with the product. What I want to say to that is this. When you are selling a product and you're not backing it, meaning you know that it's not good quality, meaning that you don't feel comfortable and confident using the product yourself or selling it to someone that you care about, the risk that you run is for your reputation to follow that. Meaning customers, clients, people that you work with in general, they're not naive all the time to what it is you're selling. Someone may buy something and think that it's great quality based on how you present it, get it home, wear it, try it on, use it, and then notice that it's not what you described it to be. And then they may come back and look for you to fix it. And if you're knowing already that you have more products just like that are the same quality, and even if you swap it out, they're going to have the same issue, and you do that for them, and they notice that, they're having the same issue. Someone else comes back and they're noticing they're having the same issue. Word of mouth is really, really imperative to every business. You have your marketing on social media. You have your marketing, on signs and billboards. You have your, marketing through podcasts and radios. You have your marketing and that you can distribute in different aspects and different ways. However, word of mouth is very, very prevalent. It's always been, and I'm sure it always will be. People want to know that they can trust you. Number one, Hands down. There used to be people that would get hair in bulk, and they would go online and try to find the cheapest hair that looked good, and they would sell it, and they would get some sales from it, you know. But they would notice over a period of time that their sales were no longer consistent, and that they were no longer able to get even the amount of sales that they were once before, because people no longer had the trust and the integrity of their business. Your integrity speaks value. A lot of people rather purchase with someone that they know is going to care about what it is they're doing before they stamp their name on it, care about what it is they're offering before they recommend it to someone else, versus finding just the cheapest person out there. It can be very easy to get wrapped up in the sales and the fast pace of making money, but you have to remember, we're not looking at the sales as a short-term goal. Okay, I made this much money this month, and that's great. It is. I'm not telling you not to celebrate your victories, but we're looking at our business as something that is going to be an investment over the course of many years. Or until you've gotten the business to a point where you want to sell it. But we're not looking at the business or we shouldn't be looking at the business in terms of this is just a quick come up. Businesses that are able to stay around and stay successful and be consistent for years are businesses that have great reputations. It's very hard to have a great reputation with a crappy product. It's very hard to have a great reputation and a sense of integrity when you're not selling something that is of high quality. Now, there are people that sell different products based on price ranges. So for example, you can go into certain stores and you can purchase shoes that are less expensive and the quality is not as great as some of the higher expensive shoes, and people still know what they're getting. Meaning, you know, if you buy the shoes over here for $30, you may not have as long of an investment with these pair of shoes than you may if you went ahead and purchased the shoes for $250. You know what I mean? But where the issue comes into play with this whole scenario is when there is deception, meaning you have to be accountable for yourself in business and for every area of your life. If you know in your heart that you are selling something that is not necessarily a great product, and you know that you don't feel comfortable selling it, but you're still doing it just so that you can get ahead or just so that you can make a sale, reevaluate yourself. Realize that number one, karma is real. And realize number two, people can a lot of times see through the BS. And number three, realize that your reputation and your name is on the line. Even if you open up another business, people still remember the interaction with you. Now, they may not remember word for word, detail for detail, but they remember how they felt. A lot of times they remember how the product lasted. They may not remember exactly where they wore the product to or what style they had in their hair, if you're talking, in regards to hair extensions. But they can remember if the hair shed a lot. They can remember if the hair bunched up in the back. They can remember if the hair had a luster that was not healthy. They can remember if the hair tangled and matted. They can remember those things. Or they can remember if they had a great experience. So you want to make sure, I don't want to, drill this too long, but I just wanted to come out here and say, don't get wrapped up in the hype of trying to be the one at the post office with all of the boxes if it's going to cost you your integrity and also clientele down the line. Don't get into a rush of trying to keep up or portray something if it's going to cost you, again, consistent sales in the long term. I never wanted to pride myself on being the cheapest, no matter how tempting it can be, because a lot of people sell on price. You want to make sure that you are trying your hardest to stick to selling on value, selling based on what your customer is needing or wanting. I've made tons of videos on how to do that, so I'm not going to go into depth in this video on how to do it. But if you go to my playlist and you type in or you click on business or hair business tips or, just business videos, they're titled something like that in my playlist. You'll be able to see some of those videos where I went into very extensive detail. And I also gave examples of how to sell based on value. But if you are feeling like, okay, hey, this is something that's not right, I know this is not a good product, or hey, I'm selling hair, but I know this hair is going to matte next week, be honest with yourself and change it. Even if that means you're going to go up on your price, I'd rather go up on my price because I am purchasing a better quality of a product than not, and portray something that I don't have, and then have people in return remembering that experience, telling their friends and family, and then my business staying stagnant. Okay, because even if you promote and advertise, what's the point of doing all of that when you're going to spread the word, get people to purchase, and then they're not going to purchase ever again? And they're going to tell other people not to purchase too, that you're wasting money. So we want to make sure that everything, all of our efforts are progressive and they're moving our business forward. If you are wanting to sell hair and you're or another product and you're like, look, I know this is not the best quality, be honest in how you phrase it. You know, be honest. If someone's like, hey, I want hair that's going to last me for 12 months and you know yours is not, be honest with that. And if it's hard for you to be honest with that and to have an honest, open conversation in regards to the quality of any product that you're selling, hair or anything else, then you know that it's time to change your product. I always say I would not sell anything that I wouldn't use, or that I wouldn't have a close friend or family member use. And I say close friend or family member because there's some things like a blonde frontal that I personally haven't worn yet. I probably won't wear a blonde frontal. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my style right now. You know what I mean? I have never done that. And I don't plan on doing it. But I still make sure that my frontals are of good quality, because I wouldn't want to give my friends or my family something that I know wouldn't serve them justice. So it all goes back to your integrity and listening to your moral compass, and not just moving forward for the sake of a sale. There are so many entrepreneurs that hurt themselves and their business because they're so focused on just making money. And I can tell you, if you focus on the fundamentals and the right action steps, a lot of times the money follows. Most times the money follows, in my experience. And your business continues to grow. And your name continues to stay relevant in a good way. And you continue to meet different connections, and you continue to build your clientele and have repeat customers. It's so important to have repeat customers. You know, everyone's focused on getting new customers and clients, but no one really talks about the importance of having repeat customers and clients as well. It all matters. It's a collective effort in order to become the definition of success that I'm striving for, and that a lot of others are striving for as well. Of course, we all have different definitions of success, but ultimately we all want to do well. We all want to make sure that we're increasing our revenue. We all want to make sure that we're making an impact. We all want to make sure that we are keeping customers, retaining customers, getting new customers. We want to make sure that we're driving traffic, that we're consistently marketing and advertising. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.